Friends, now I come to discuss Mutawalli. Now, who is Mutawalli and what is the rule of Mutawalli or duties of the Mutawallis? Basically, uh, if you go by the definition of the waqf as formulated by Imam Abu Yusuf, you will find that he said that waqf means permanent dedication of some movable or immovable property in the implied ownership of the God in such a way that uh, corpus remains intact and only the usufruct is applied for any good human cause, that is, for any religious, pious, or charitable purpose. But the other disciple of Imam Abu Yusuf, Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Muhammad says that after the dedication, the waqf will become final only when the property is handed over by the waqif to the mutawalli. And therefore, uh, according to these two authorities, mutawalli is an authority or office in context of a waqf created for any specific purpose or object recognized by Muslim law as religious, pious, or charity. And basically, the mutawalli is being a authority in context of a waqf or in relation to a waqf is responsible for taking over the possession of the property dedicated as a waqf. And not only he is required to take over the possession over the account, but at the same time he is required to take care of the property in such a way as any real owner will take care of it for his own purposes. Therefore, Mutawalli is a full-fledged authority, is a position, is a office relating to an waqf. And therefore, it has been defined. And it is well defined even under section 3 subclass I of the Waqf Act 1995 as amended 2013. According to section 3 subclass I of the Waqf Act 1995, Mutawalli means any person appointed either verbally or under any deed or instrument by which the Waqf has been created or by any competent authority to be the mutawalli of a waqf, which includes any person who is mutawalli of a waqf by virtue of any custom, or who is a naib mutawalli, khadim, mujawir, sajjada nashin, ameen, or other person appointed by a mutawalli to perform the duties of the mutawalli and same as otherwise provided in this act. Any person or committee or corporation for the time being managing or administering any work or work property, provided that no member of a committee or corporation shall be deemed to be a mutawalli unless such member is an office bearer of such committee. Provided further that mutawalli shall be citizen of India and shall fulfill such other qualification as may be prescribed, provided also that in case of a waqf has been specified any qualification, such qualification may be provided in the rules as may be made by the state government time to time. So, Mutawalli means any person who is appointed by the Waqif himself or by any other competent authority. Other competent authority now is Waqf Board of the state concern. So normally the Waqf is basically is caretaker, manager, or superintendent or supervisor. Basically, he is a caretaker of the work property, and he is required to take care of the property as any man of ordinary prudence will take care of his own properties. Uh, Clarifying the concept of the Mutawalli, Privy Council in Vidyavaruthi versus Baluswamy Iyer case held that Mutawalli is similar to that of a manager and not a trustee in the English law sense. The work property is considered vested in Allah and Mutawalli is custodian for its administration. So, who is Mutawalli? Basically, Mutawalli is a person appointed by the Waqif himself or by any other competent authority, and he is basically the manager, caretaker, superintendent of the work property, and he is basically considered as custodian of the work property on behalf of Almighty Allah. And being the custodian of the property, he is required to take care of the property in a way as any ordinary man of the Buddhist will take care of his own property. Further, the Mutawalli is under a duty to uh, to collect the income of the work property and apply the same on the object for which the work particular work was created. When a work is validly constituted, there arises the question of its management and administration, for which the Mutawalli is generally appointed by the work or court or any other legislative authority. And in order to have the check and supervision on this Mutawalli, there exists certain statute. Thus, the administration of the work may be a non-statute. So, basically, work property is administered, supervised, managed through the office of the Mutawalli. Under the Work Act 1995, Mutawallis are of the work properties are entrusted with the significant responsibilities and powers to manage and safeguard the work properties in accordance with the Islamic law and stipulation of the Waqf deed. Their duties and powers are primarily defined in section 50 to 54 of the Waqf Act 1995 and other relevant provisions of the Waqf, which are so general powers of the Mutawallis are management and maintenance of the Waqf properties. A Mutawalli is responsible for the proper administration, preservation, and maintenance of the Waqf property as per terms of the Waqf deed or wish of the Waqif uh, in tune with Islamic law. The second responsibility of the Waqif is to utilize the income. Mutawalli must utilize the income from the Waqf property and spend it on the object specified in the Waqf deed. If the deed is silent, then income should be used for the purposes consistent with the Waqf's original intention. Mutawalli have also power to engage staff necessary for the maintenance, supervision, uh, and management of the work property in his custody or control. There are some financial powers also of the Waqif collection of the rent and dues. Mutawalli can collect rents and due revenues or other dues from the tenants or occupants of the work property. He is also required to maintain the income account of the income and expenditure of the work. They are required to maintain the Waqif Mutawalli is required to maintain the proper account of the income and expenditure related to the work properties. Subject to the work deed and application of laws, they may invest. Wow, the income may be invested surplus fund of the work in permitted avenues. Uh, there are certain limitations operating on the powers of the Mutawalli, and the most important limitation operating on the powers of the Mutawalli are that Mutawalli cannot dispose of or alienate the work property. Mutawalli, in ordinary course of the circumstances, cannot sell, mortgage, or lease the work property uh, except with the approval of the state board of the state work board. He cannot raise the loans or incur the liabilities on behalf of the work without the permission of the work board of the state concerned. Mutawallis must prepare and submit annual account to the state work board. They must also respond to the inquiries and inspection conducted by the board. The work accounts are subject to the audits and the Mutawallis must cooperate with the auditors appointed under the Act. If Mutawalli fails to fulfill their duties or acts in violation of the work deed or law, the state work board can remove or suspend such Mutawalli in the exercise of power conferred on it under Section 64 of the Waqf Act 1995 as amended in 2013. And legal proceeding may be initiated against the removed Mutawalli if there is evidence of mismanagement, negligence, misuse of the work properties. The duties of the Mutawallis are as follows. Number one, it is the duty of every Mutawalli of a waqf to carry out the direction of the board in accordance with the provisions of this Act. He is also required to furnish such returns and supply such information as particulars as may from time to time be required by the board. He is to allow inspection of the work properties, accounts or records, deeds, documents relating to the work. He is also required, he is under duty to discharge all the public dues relating to the work, to do any act which he is lawfully required to do by or under this act. This has been affirmed by the courts in successive judgments. Sayyidina Tahir Saifuddin versus State of Bombay, M.A. Harb versus Waqf Board of Uttar Pradesh versus Waqf India. The cases reaffirmed the duty of Mutawalli to act in good faith, ensuring the protection and proper utilization of Waqf assets. The court stressed that a Mutawalli who fails in his duty can be held personally liable. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all about the topic of the Waqf. I have tried my best to discuss each and every aspect that is relating to the above. But remember that I have already pointed out that the present Waqf Act 1995 is under the proposed changes. And in case proposed amendments are approved by the parliament or passed by the parliament, then a new act will come into existence. Even the nomenclature of the Waqf Act 1995, this is the nomenclature. The nomenclature is also proposed to be amended. Along with this, one of the most important change that is likely to be to take effect in case the uh, new bill is passed by the parliament finally. That is that now the power of the work council is going to be transferred to the district magistrate. Uh, there is a lot of the hue and cry. This work by user is proposed to be deleted, and some other major changes are going to be made in substantive part. In administrative part of the work also some changes are proposed to be made. In case it happens, then the entire structure of the work will be changed, and a new work law will come into existence and will be applicable in future. Therefore, readers should note and keep the eyes on the proposed amendment so far as this subject is concerned. And subject should be read, understood, read with the changes likely to be made by through the amendment in the Work Act 1995 by the present composition of the parliament. With this, I thank you all for bearing with me. Okay.